Thank you to our sponsors for today's video, InfyPower, Eaton, and Ionna. InfyPower is the largest EV charger module provider with over 3 million power modules running reliably worldwide. Their latest G2 collection features ultra-high power density and efficiency for EV charging and energy storage. InfyPower, innovation for your power. Also, Eaton. Eaton is a one-stop shop for implementing reliable and innovative EV charging infrastructure at your site. Across all applications, Eaton's EV charging infrastructure, hardware, and software gives you the scalability, flexibility, and intelligence you need to charge today and scale up tomorrow. Learn more at eaton.com/EVCI. And Ionna, North America's premier charging network. With unmatched commitment to elevating the customer experience, Ionna is opening America's roads to all EVs, giving drivers the coverage they need, the reliability they deserve, and the amenities they crave.
Hello and welcome to Autospec. My name is William and this is the Firefly. Firefly is NIO's sub-brand for cheaper or more affordable electric cars. I am so excited to test the Firefly. I have been testing the Renault 5, the Skoda Elroq, the Dongfeng Nami Box, all more affordable city commuter type of electric cars that have been entering the European market lately. Now we finally have the Firefly and the spec sheet looks great for the type of price category it is in. It starts at 24,000 euros in Norway and it has a bunch of stuff. So of course, what you do with a city commuter? Well, you bring it to the top of a mountain to check its real adventure capabilities. We almost stalled there. Okay, I'm not sure if we can make this. Oh my god. It's so important that you can take your car on an adventure, even if you choose to spend less on the car. Today, I am doing a very different review. Not the type of review you might be used to. I am taking this car for a road trip. I am climbing the mountain and I'm charging it, doing a bunch of stuff. But it will be kind of like a road trip review of the Firefly, and it will certainly be different than the other Firefly reviews. It's time to do a little bit of a different review. I just got this press car from Firefly or NIO, which is the brand that makes Firefly, and I'm thinking that I won't really explore the car. I just want to jump in the car, take it for a road trip and see what this car can do and what it can't do. So today we're just going to explore this car together. I don't know much about this car. I read up on the specs. We have a 100 kilowatt or 140 horsepower motor in the rear, 42 kilowatt hour LFP battery and 100 kilowatt max DC charging with the charge port here on the passenger rear. And yeah, we have this distinct design on this car and here is the charge port. So let's just jump in the car and take it for a road trip and see what's good about the car, what's not so good about the car, and what really works out for us.
What about battery swap? Isn't NIO known for battery swap? Well, that's true. And this car is sold without the promise of battery swapping capabilities in Europe. As of today, they just sell it with the battery included, and you are not able to rent the battery like you are able to do with the NIO cars. According to the specs, it should be able to support the 5th generation battery swap that NIO plans to deploy in Europe. But as of today, we have no confirmation. I am reviewing the car without considering battery swapping capabilities.
Here are the door handles, so reverse Tesla door handles, interesting. So let's jump in, and first of all, my impressions of the interior are good. I like the interior. It feels so much more premium than the price. The starting price of this car is around 24,000 euros in Norway. It's a little bit more expensive outside Norway, but I think it's competitive in Norway as well. We have a bunch of cool features like reducing the fan speed by using 2 fingers on the touch screen. We have these types of controls for driver assistance. We have this one for the volume, and everything else I will explore along the way. But overall, the software seems snappy enough. Actually, I'm quite impressed by the software in general, especially the kind of features that you have here, and you can just everything is so smooth, it feels so great. And yeah, we have driving modes, so we will be driving in normal mode. I will see if there is a trip meter on this car. I actually kind of think there might not be a trip meter. Yeah, there we go. Reset the trip meter, and we will see our consumption and everything else. And I will also just actually turn the screen to English for you so that it's easier to read. And I'm thinking that we will go an exciting place, and I won't reveal the place yet. It's kind of fun to go there, I think. So we'll just try to go there and see what happens. Along the route we will need to charge, so that will also be in the video. So you will get charging, you will get efficiency, you will get my impression of driving this car, seating position and materials and everything else through a road trip, I would say. I have reset the trip meter, like you can see here. The system is now in English, still in light mode, so that's easier for you to see. We have 182 kilometers estimated range available. That's the same as 57% in this case. This is dynamic range, just for your information. We are going to be driving pretty far today, so I need to just get on my way as it's 1:30 p.m. already. So let's just mount the camera here so that you can see me driving, and I will share my impressions along the way. And I think in total this video should give you a good insight to the ownership experience of this NIO Firefly, or just Firefly. It's really not branded as NIO Firefly, but NIO is the brand that makes Firefly, and they sell the Firefly at their NIO locations. So let's just go with Firefly. It's just a Firefly. Okay, so this will be kind of like my driving impressions as well. So first of all, it's very hot in here, so let's go a little bit more fan speed, 3 I think. Okay, so to go into drive, you just press the brake pedal and the systems are online and ready to go. It's the same as any modern electric car that's not using a power button. So no power button here. Oh wow, the steering is pretty light. So let's go into drive, and we are in drive. It says so on the screen here, and it'll auto hold because we have, let's go driving mode here, we have comfort, we have one pedal driving mode, and auto hold enabled. The car kind of like rolled a little bit backwards because we are in an uphill, but let's press the accelerator slowly. True one pedal driving mode, and it feels great. Great tuning. Let's get onto a more flatter surface and test the tuning a little bit more before we head onto the highway, actually. So let's come to a stop here. Pretty good Regen. We have normal or standard Regen, because that's what it forces you to use when you use one pedal driving mode. And yeah, it feels great. It stops smoothly. And we also have comfort stop, which will slowly adjust the Regen to actually our the traffic in front of us, which is nice. Let's do this. I will be driving in comfort mode the entire way, so we get a realistic consumption number for like Norwegian driving. But yeah, in general, it feels great so far. So let's see here, brake pedal, smooth, super smooth. Let's do a right turn. And it's surprisingly fast, actually. And to turn off all like the annoying warnings, it's just to pull down from the top here, and you have quick controls so that you can turn off everything very quickly. And you need to do that in Europe, really, because you have these kinds of sounds that just kind of show up everywhere, which is annoying. We have we have blinker cameras, so you see where you are actually blinking to, which is nice to check your blind spot and stuff. I just know we are going a very, very cool place that you probably never ever have seen before, and I kind of want to show you the place. I don't even know if it's like open or available to go there. I don't know if this car is capable of going there. So many things to explore in this video, but we are doing it all in the NIO Firefly, or just the Firefly, with this 42 kilowatt hour LFP battery pack. This car costs 24,000 euros in Norway, a little bit more expensive outside Norway, in other European countries, but still definitely an affordable electric car. One of the more affordable electric cars on the market. Not as affordable as the Dongfeng Nami box, but like, it's pretty affordable. Now let's get onto the highway and see how the driver assistant works, because we have automatic lane changes. You don't need any more power than this car can offer, and rear-wheel drive is completely fine, and in most cases it feels better than, or at least more fun than front-wheel drive. Front-wheel drive can be a little bit dull, depending on the tuning, of course. I felt like the Renault 5 was kind of good tuned and felt nice to drive, but I do prefer a rear-wheel drive car in general. And 140 horsepower doesn't really sound that impressive, but this one has, better, it grabs the speed even up high at highway speed here, so it makes it easy to pass and easy to use in like a day-to-day setting. Not a racing car or anything, but it feels good, feels nice. Let's test the driver assistant. It should be one button to activate. There we go, lane holding, everything is active. Yes, nice. So we can see everything in the screen here. I don't know if it's visible on camera, should be. And here we can just relax and let the car do the driving for us. And we should be able to have automatic lane changes as well. Let's test that. Yep, that's all automatic. I'm just holding the steering wheel just for safety, of course. And the blinker goes off, and we have changed lanes. It works, nice. The steering wheel is vibrating a little bit, but I don't think that's due to the driver assistant. Yeah, I think it's due to the rough asphalt here, and but the comfort on the car is nice, and I must say that so far super impressed. But capacitive steering wheel as well. I'm getting like surprised by these cheap electric cars, what they actually offer all the time. Like, I tested the Skoda Elroq and the Renault 5. I love them. They're great cars. And we had a little bit of a phantom braking there. I think it was a little bit confused about the cars in the front, but let's see how this kind of driver assistance system actually works. Because if it has a ton of phantom braking, I don't want to use it. I have activated the route planner. It says that we will run out of charge. So the driver assistant is a little bit annoying. It actually kind of swerved over the lines, which is strange. So not the best driver assistant in this car. Kind of disappointed actually, because everything else seems so great about this car. So yeah, it says that we won't make it to our destination, which is over here somewhere. Not the exact destination, because I want to keep the destination a surprise. But yeah, let's see what happens then. We need 22 minutes of charging, it says. So it does have the charging timing, that's nice. Little bit of wind noise at highway speeds, which is 110 kilometers per hour in this case. Absolutely to be expected, I would say. But in general, not too noisy inside the car. You don't feel like you are exposed to like the trucks and everything outside. It's isolated enough. In the European spec one, I think they have tuned the car to be a little bit more sporty, and I like that. Some people don't. The steering wheel is vibrating pretty badly, I would say, when driving at motorway speeds. Not sure if what causes this, but it's not the driver assistant, because if I disable the driver assistant, we still have the vibrating steering wheel. Just something that I did actually notice a little bit. The distraction monitoring is also a little bit annoying. We are here at our first charging stop, and it's a beautiful day, and we just backed in here over here. So these are some ChemPower units, which are 150 kilowatts. We have maximum 100 kilowatts, and there is no one else here. They are dynamically load balanced, so depending on, if many people charge here, these will share the power between everyone. So let's open here, let's take out this one, I don't really like this one, but that's fine. We have CHAdeMO and CCS. Don't worry, there is a CHAdeMO there as well, so if a lift driver pulls up, everything will be fine. We have these kind of cable management, which feels pretty nice actually. So let's just plug in here and then authenticate with my app, and we will get charging and see what kind of charging speed we get. We are charging 87 kilowatts at 22%. Advertised charging speed for this car is 100 kilowatts, I think, yeah. So 86 seems to be what's expected to get at this charging station. What's nice about the InfyPower units is, of course, that we can go in here, we can scan the QR code here, open, and let's see here. We can get our charging speed with us. Of course, I have monitoring in my app here because I authenticated via an app, but you can of course use the payment terminals, and then you can just scan with your phone and you can bring your charging session with you. So we came here with 21%, we are now charging at 84 kilowatts and on a 42 kilowatt hour pack. This is 2C, which means we have pretty great charging speed so far. I know this curve drops off, but it's a small battery and 84 kilowatt will feel pretty fast. Look how smooth this software is. This is the benchmark. This is how smooth your software should be. Easy to change stuff, just fast, easy to understand, the weather, the driving modes, everything. Everything is available here. You even have the rear view camera here if you want to have it there, instead of using the real mirror up there, which is interesting. But just the things with the software here is intuitive, it works. You have these kinds of shortcuts for like the media, and you can also use the shortcuts for adjusting the temperature inside a car. You can use the shortcuts to adjust the fan speed very quickly. So everything about the software here is pretty nice. Of course, the route planner is lacking. We saw that when it said we wouldn't make it or it said we would make it, but we wouldn't have made it to the first charger. Of course, there are adjustments to the route planner as well. 47 minutes left to reach 100%. We won't charge to 100% as we are tapering right now, like we can see on this InfyPower applet, or whatever you want to call it, light app, web app, anyways. We are down to 56 kilowatts, and when we are down to 56 kilowatts, we kind of want to leave, I think. I think we want to leave at 60% and then go further and then ride the curve where we will get closer to 100 kilowatts. So, how do we stop charging from the car? I got notice that you should stop the charging from the car. Here we go. Because there is a bug where you stop it from the charger, the charge port might be stuck. And we are on our way to a super exciting location, and I don't want to get stuck, so let's stop it from the car. Stop charging and then unplug the car. There we go, I just got it out. I don't know what's happened there, but the charge port is a little bit finicky. I think it might be better with some software updates, but yeah. A little bit finicky. Charge port ports shouldn't be difficult to disconnect. Sometimes they are, and it's not only the case with this NIO Firefly, it's also the case with many other cars. Quick tip for Tesla charging. You're non-Tesla, just pull up the backup camera and you can see 2D here, and then we will choose that charger from our Tesla app, press start charging here, and we will just plug in the car. Charging fault, check. Let's try again. Feel like the CCS port on this car is maybe not the best implementation of a CCS 2 port, but you know, as long as we get to charge in the end, it's fine. It's a little bit annoying having to replug, having to hold it up once we are... That's so funny. These people over here are charging with their RV, and they just took out some coffee and just sit down and relax and everything. That's great. Awesome. Just chilling while charging. So let's see how the charging curve is now, as we plugged in at 34% here at the Rena's supercharger. So this is our... We need one more charging stop, I think. So yeah, we will stay here for a few minutes, then we will go to Alvdal. We will charge there, and then the big reveal for where we are going. Here is the Firefly app. So you download it, you create a user, you scan a code here, and everything will be set up to your user, which is great. And in the app you can see a bunch of different things. You have these cool animations, and these animations are kind of, yeah, it's kind of part of the design language of this car. You can see the animations everywhere. And you see 150 kilometers, we have 56% right now. We are charging, and it says that we are charging at 382 volts, 156 amps, and that means 60 kilowatts. So it actually gives you all the nerd data directly in the app, so that when you leave the car, you can follow the charge session from the car, which is something I really like. And this really seems like the best app of all the small electric cars. So what other things can you do? You can adjust this one, you can that's the rear trunk, open the rear trunk, you can beep the horn. Let's see what we can do with the seats. Well, it's driver seat heating, co-pilot seat heating, and steering wheel heating. We don't have the comfort option on this car, which means that we don't have ventilated and massaging seats. We can do vehicle prepare, so that we can set a schedule for AC, steering wheel heating and seat heating, and appointment. What does that mean? I don't know. But you can set like schedules for preparing the car, which is great. So yeah, that's the app. That's the Firefly app. It's pretty simple, but it will show you the things you need, to be honest. Oh, and I'm adjusting the AC by mistake. Anyway, we are here and we are going to this location. And now it says that we won't reach the destination, but if we update here, it says that we will reach it with 27 kilometers of estimated range. I wish it had percentage on arrival, but seems we have been driving pretty fast this stretch, so this should be completely fine for just leaving now for this location. And then we will charge here, and then we will go to the final destination, which is still not revealed. So let's go there, let's unplug the car, and yeah, let's actually do what we are told to. Let's see if we are stuck with the actual charging port right now, because we had issues with it. So let's stop charging, and let's see if we can unplug. Nope. This one is green, by the way, not all the colors like you can see on the... Do we need to wait? 11 minutes, 12 kilowatt hours added. But the charger is still active, and that's why we can't actually unplug the car, because the car doesn't send a signal to stop the charging session, which is interesting. So I think if we go in here, here we go. There we go. It just needed to stop via the app, I think. No, it's still going here. So that's why we can't unplug. That's interesting. Okay, so what works was just holding in this one and then pulling the connector up and then unplugging. Kinda annoying, but we are ready to get on our way in the Firefly here. And like comfort-wise, it feels great to drive this car. It feels just absolutely amazing to drive this car. It's so fun, small little electric car that's easy to get going. The one-pedal driving is, oh, it's so nice to have one-pedal driving. A lot of these small cars don't have. The Skoda Elroq doesn't have one-pedal driving. The Renault 5 doesn't have one-pedal driving. The Dongfeng Nami Box doesn't have one-pedal driving. But the Firefly, of course, has one-pedal driving. You have to turn it on here. Okay, on we go to Alvdal. So that's our next stop. 11% last charging stop before we reach our very cool place that I will show you very soon, that I'm sure you are waiting for. And we are at another InfyPower site. So let's bring my phone and I will authenticate the charger and plug in and see what happens. Okay, the charging started via the Eaton app, which is what I use to authenticate on these Recharge, which is the charge point operator, but they are InfyPower units, really easy to maneuver and stuff. I absolutely love the InfyPower units. I could also charge at the Tesla charger down the road, but it's a little bit off the road from the place I'm going to, that I will show you very soon. Anyway, this time I will just show you the charging speed, then I need to run into the bathroom and also grab something to eat. I'm getting a little bit hungry. It's now 5:30 p.m. and we are getting 83 kilowatts, so not quite the 100 kilowatts that's promised, but should we say close enough? Should we really say close enough? Should they advertise 100 kilowatts when you can basically never get 100 kilowatts? Well, other manufacturers do this, so I guess it's fine. The charging curve has seemed to be pretty okay actually, just okay compared to other cars in this segment, so not too many complaints, I would say. So I'll just grab some food and run to the bathroom, and I will update you on where we are going. We need to hurry since the sun is setting. Not quite yet, but I want like the golden hour when I'm there. It says that we have been adding 26.4 kilowatt hours. That's a little bit over half a battery. That means that we have added more than 50%, but this thing is wrong because I think I added my Tesla as the kind of car in this app, so don't look at that number. But we have been charging for 25 minutes. We are now down to 39 kilowatts and we are at 75% state of charge. And what that means is that we are maybe getting to the advertised 29 minutes from 10 to 80, because we came here with like 10-11%. So we can see if we get the advertised charging speed of the NIO or the Firefly here. Something I don't like about the steering wheel is that it covers up the screen here when it's upside down. And of course you are supposed to park like this, but yeah. It's very interesting. We're at 80%, 29 minutes and 14 seconds, and we came here with low 11%, so I would say that's good enough. 29 minutes advertised. We got 29 minutes basically from 10 to 80 on these chargers, so I would say it gets its advertised charging speed. Now, does it do that in the winter? I think maybe not, but I won't jump to any conclusions. I will test this car in the winter if you're interested. Before driving on to the mountain, I kind of want to reset the stats, so therefore you can see the mountain right in front of us now. I actually don't know if it's possible to drive this car on top of that mountain. I just thought I would try, because why not? So for this entire trip we have driven only 289 kilometers, and you can hear all the like annoying sounds. That's because... turn off. There we go. Yeah. That's all the annoying sounds if you don't turn them off. Anyways, we have used 46 kilowatt hours, so we have used over an entire battery with our driving of 289 kilometers. And how is that possible if the car is rated at a higher WLTP? Well, it is because we have been driving like crazy fast, and we have been driving on highways. And yeah, we've been driving for 3 hours and 46 minutes. Some super slow stretches, some very fast stretches. And yeah, now it's time to drive on top of Tronfjellet, which is a mountain here in Norway. Let's go to navigation, check that we are driving the correct route. So let's go in here, energy consumption, then we press reset, and here you can see the statistics until here, so that you can log that. 46 kilowatt hours used, and the mileage in kilometers is there, so you can get the efficiency. The efficiency for the last 50 kilometers has been 143 watt-hour per kilometer, which is good. And we have been driving for 3 hours and 49 minutes so far. So let's reset on this gravel road. Seems like it will be fine, hopefully. It will be fine. Let's check our state of charge. Seems to be 79% as we start the journey up until we are at the mountain. So let's bring up our navigation here. It's very, very steep. Very steep. It for sure doesn't come through on camera. It never does how steep it is, but let me guess, 12% incline, maybe? Something like that. At least it's very, very steep up here. So we will see if we have even enough energy to reach the top of Tronfjellet, or the Tron Mountain, I would call it in English, maybe. I don't know. And let's see how the Firefly does in its natural habitat. Really, really careful up here. And yeah, I must say that everything goes fine so far. No overheating, no issues of that sort. We are not that like far over sea level, but we are yeah, it's a lot of climbing from where we started. And it's one of the highest roads in Norway, I think. So we are above the tree limit now, which means we are actually very far up. It is, how cold is it outside? 13 degrees Celsius right now, so plenty warm outside still. We'll probably get a little bit chillier as we get closer to the top of the road. And yeah, a lot of overlanding cars drive up here and have like meetings and stuff. I think also some brands bring a press cars here, not entirely sure. I hope I'm the first with a Firefly up here. Maybe I'm not. There are a lot of people that are testing cars probably bring their cars up here. Anyway, I always wanted to go here, and no better car than the city commuter. One of the reasons that I wanted to drive up this road with the Firefly is the advertisement that the Firefly uses in Norway. They advertise this as not that great for the fjords and the mountains or something, and then they say it's a city commuter, perfect for the city. I don't like that type of advertising. In my opinion, no cars are just city commuters. You should be able to take them wherever you want. Of course, I understand that you can optimize a car for charging and whatever, go there faster, road trip faster and everything. But I want to take my city commuter that I have for daily driving and drive it into the mountains. Like you can see here, we are driving on top of a mountain. And of course, it's a little bit, you know, different than driving a proper overlanding car or anything. But I believe that most cars can get most places, and I wanted to prove that with the Firefly. Of course, that's very famous last words, and we might need to be airlifted down from this mountain road, but of course airlifts are kind of exciting as well, so we will see what happens, but stay tuned for this journey on top of a mountain. And I can actually feel the pressure in my ears now. That's nice. And it's so steep. It's so steep here. It doesn't come, you know, steep hills never come through on camera, but oh wow, I think we need a little bit of power up here actually. Oh my god, oh my god. Oh, pavement, a little bit of pavement, insane. And we are back on the gravel. It doesn't feel amazing in this car, the gravel, but it works. And there is an overlanding car coming here. With the insane rig. I wonder what he thought about the Firefly reaching the top of the mountain. But yeah, it's important to take whatever you got and bring it on an adventure. Everything is an adventure vehicle if you put your mind to it. In my opinion, I just hope we are soon at the top, and I can see that we are not even close. The car is struggling a little bit. It's making some weird noises. Let's actually keep the door open as I have the key inside. Anyway, we are here and it's kind of beautiful, isn't it? It's a nice view. The thing is that I thought, okay, we are close to the top now. We have been driving for a little while, and you know, it's a beautiful view and beautiful sceneries and stuff, but can you see the road up there? Super steep road, and that's the top. So that means that we need to continue. But I wanted to stop here and take some pictures in case we don't make it, in case we need to be airlifted down from the mountain. But yeah, here the road conditions are actually very good, but I suspect that they get pretty worse up there. Okay, beautiful views again, but let's go in here and go to energy. We need to check if we have enough battery. So 68%, so we had 79 at the beginning. We used, yeah, okay, I think we are fine. But that's a very steep hill. So you can see the consumption went up into 600 watt-hour per kilometer here, and then down as we stopped here. But yeah, let's try to climb even further. Oh my god, I'm full throttle, I'm full accelerator there. Seriously, I had issues climbing there. Wow. I'm not sure if I can make it. I'm not sure if I can make it. I'm full throttle. I'm spinning like crazy. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so we need to keep our speed through here. We can't stop. We can't stop. I think this is the worst stretch. I hope so. Oh my god. We almost stalled there, and we are still fighting for grip. If there is another turn here, I'm not sure if we can even make it. Okay, I'm not sure if we can make this. Oh my god. I'm mapped, and I can't see shit because of the sun, and it's fogging. Oh my god. It's fun though. Okay, let me come up here, please, please. I'm mapped. 10 kilometers per hour. Oh my god. I've never had such an issue climbing, and that's driving like on ice and stuff. Okay, we should go wider in the turns. I think the car is really struggling now. Oh my god, that's a steep one. That's a steep one. Okay, maximum, full speed. Come on! I'm mapped. It's just full throttle up here. Oh my god, I didn't realize the road was like this. I thought I was like through the worst part. I'm so sorry. I'm never getting a press car again, at least. Okay, so a little bit wider. Keep the speed, keep the speed. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think there is like maybe some overheating happening in the motor, as well as this kind of loose surface kind of not helping at all. This, oh my god. Oh my god, I think we made it through. So we barely made it. The car says, please focus on driving. I am doing nothing else, my friend. Nothing else. I was so focused through there. I think if you stop, you need to go all the way down. So our average efficiency is 515 watt-hour per kilometer. So I think we are just maxing out the efficiency meter. Our state of charge is currently 63%. So we are fine, and I can see that the Tesla made it through. Of course, that's a much more powerful all-wheel drive car, so that's nice to see. But I think we are probably the first Firefly on the top of this mountain, which is interesting. So yeah, we made it! We made it! The NIO rep said that I probably wouldn't need like heated steering wheel and heated seats. Well, I absolutely do. It's so cold out here, and you know, the fog is coming there, so visibility might be reduced. So let's turn on the headlights and everything, and let's try to descend this mountain, because that's equally important. And on foot, it's actually more dangerous to descend the mountain than to ascend the mountain, usually. Not in all cases, of course, but usually. But with a car, I hope it's safer, because driving up here, that was really scary, because we didn't have any propulsion at all up the different kinds of hills there. Anyway, I want to say that the heated seat and the heated steering wheel is amazing. It's 4 degrees Celsius outside right now, so pretty cold. And yeah, it was so funny because the Firefly rep said to me before leaving that, oh, you probably won't need the heated seat or the heated steering wheel. Well, I did, and it's super nice to have. So let's try to survive all the way down to the main road again, and yeah, I will keep you updated. Oh, I need to mention our state of charge here as well. Let's go to here and let's go to battery. We have 62%, so let's see what kind of state of charge we have when we get down. So let's go to control, let's go to... Actually, do we really want one-wheel driving down here? I don't think so. Maybe not, actually. Let's turn off one-wheel driving and then put Regen to high. Now we have high Regen. Oh, it's beautiful views here, and it's kind of clearing up. That's nice. I need to drive carefully here, because if you are braking and losing all kinds of grip down here, you will kind of fly off the side of the road here, because there is no road guards at all. So, and it's so much steeper than it looks on camera, but everyone that has driven like steep hills know how it is. Oh my lord, it's kind of more wow. I'm actually not sure if we even want Regen to high. But let's see if we get the Regen limit on this LFP pack at 4 degrees Celsius and we are like declining this mountain. But the car did it, actually. So it did all the way up, and that's very impressive. I don't believe all cars could do this. Oh my. We kind of have to roll as well to keep the steering. Actually, maybe I can enable one-pedal driving if I select the high Regen first. We will test that later, as I need to focus on the driving here. And you can see how crazy these roads are. It's kind of uncanny. Oh, that motorcyclist left like 20 minutes ago and he's here. It must be super scary driving motorcycles on gravel like this. I can't believe I've never driven a motorcycle, so I really shouldn't say anything. But it feels like gravel is your worst enemy. And oh, we are losing a little bit of Regen, I think. Yeah. Okay, so let's check the Regen. We have 8 kilowatts only of Regen now, even though we have high Regen on. Okay, let's see our maximum Regen, 9 kilowatts. $11 kilowatts. 9 kilowatts. So not a lot of Regen now. I'm afraid it suddenly is going to shoot forward. Like, well, most electric cars actually do that once they've reached the Regen limit. They are not able to blend in the brakes fast enough. So let's go down here. Keep on rolling. No sliding this time. We will keep the sliding for another day, I think. If you drive like off the road here, you are done for. And of course, I modulate with the accelerator to make sure that we don't slip. High Regen is very slippery in slippery conditions, but this is more, well, it's not as slippery as ice, for example. If we had ice here, I would do a different strategy, but here we, yeah, I kind of want to test the Regen where it's safe. 21 kilowatts of Regen. Beautiful scenery here. Super, super nice. I'm so glad to check this off my list. Now I've been on the Tron Mountain, or Tronsfjellet, and now you know that you have to go here when you go to Norway. And you know what kind of car you need. You need a Firefly or better. That's the benchmark. Still doing a bunch of Regen, like 20 kilowatts, so it seems to be like it went quickly down to a limit of 20 kilowatt Regen, and then it kind of stopped there, which is nice. Oh, bumpy road. Let's check our state of charge. 64, so we have gained 2% so far. We could have gotten way more if we had more Regen, but I'm not complaining at all. We have so much energy left in the battery that yeah, this is a true adventure car. Oh, now it says the efficiency, minus 165 watt-hour per kilometer the last 10 kilometers, so that's the entire way down. Interesting. And now we are back on normal tarmac. Oh, it feels so nice. Anyway, we are at minus 164 watt-hour per kilometer. That's pretty nice efficiency, I would say. Nice. So all the way up, it says total consumption 4.2 kilowatt hours. So that's the total consumption to summit the mountain and then drive all the way down again. 23 kilometers, that's the total mileage for driving up and down the mountain. And we did it in 1 hour and 20 minutes. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Now let's reset the trip meter once again, and just so we have some efficiency numbers for the way back. I will keep it short the way back because it's not that interesting, but we have to test the headlights and stuff once it gets dark. That's important. We charged to 80% and we are ready to continue our trip. Now we are going to check the headlights, which is so important to do any car, really. You want good headlights, especially in Norway when it gets dark out. Wow, so important. There we go, high beams off, high beams off. So the high beams are actually pretty good in this car. I would say they are surprisingly good and better than I thought initially when I'm sitting in like a more affordable, smaller car. The high beams are actually pretty bad, but here they're better. Let's see if the driver assistance system likes the dark. The cold, dark Norway. Driver assistance systems need to work in cold, dark Norway, and it seems to work. High beams on. High beams off. High beams on. One issue that I noticed was that the phone key works from where I was sleeping and to the car. So the car kind of stayed active in the evening. I noticed all the lights were on and everything, because the Bluetooth key reaches all the way up to where I slept tonight. And this is not the case with other cars, by the way. So yeah, something to be aware of. I found another annoyance with Firefly here. It is to do with doors. I like to sometimes leave my doors open in the cars, just to, I don't know, make sure that it doesn't lock or whatever. I often leave my car doors open. I do it all the time in my Tesla to keep the climate on. I just like to keep the car door open. So here is an annoyance. If you keep the car door open and you leave with your oh, that's a nice ID bus. If you leave with your phone key, so that means your phone, it will try to lock, and when it can't lock, it will beep the horn 3 times. So annoying. I know it's an alert to make sure that you lock the car before leaving with the walkaway lock, but I find it so annoying that it beeps the horn 3 times. I wish the alarm was able to be disabled, and I would do that immediately. Another annoyance is the car locking in general. I go around to charge my car, I go around the car and the car locks. That means I can't open the charge port. And even when I'm trying to stop the charging, which is quite interesting, I want to have the car unlocked so that the charging cable is unlocked, right? And yeah, I walk around I first stop the charging itself. Let me get through here. I first stop the charging, then I walk around, then I want to release the charge port, then I leave with my phone out the door and it locks the car door before I am on the other side. So it's quite an annoying phone key, I would say, for like day-to-day use. I wish it used a little bit more time before it locked the car, and I wish it didn't beep at me because it wasn't able to lock the car because of this issue where you have the doors open. And of course it can't lock the car doors with the doors open. I understand that, but I just found it like annoying from day to day. So that was something I found incredibly annoying with the Firefly. Is it a deal breaker? And the Bings and Bongs. But EU regulations, can't complain in the review. Every car has this. Is it a deal breaker? Probably not. The horn thing, that it beeps the horn 3 times, is more annoying than the other stuff. I don't like to get people's attention and stuff. I would rather people break into my car than my car using the horn to warn me that I didn't lock the car. So, some annoyances with the Firefly. We plugged in the car at I don't know, 16% state of charge was our state of charge that we arrived home with last night. And we're straight up to 82 kilowatts. No preheating. I just kind of regened down here, and it's not far at all. So seems like the thermals for the battery is on point. It's able to accept its near maximum charge rate, even though it is 11 degrees outside, but this one has been cold soaked overnight. It was probably 4 degrees this night or something, so this seems pretty good for a LFP battery to accept like a 2C at 16% with a super cold battery. So that seems good, just from an early like autumn, fall cold weather test in Norway. It's the next day after our road trip to the top of the mountain. So we have checked out the road trip capabilities, a little bit of driver assistance, a little bit of headlights, a little bit of charging, and the general comfort and driving the Firefly. Now it's time to check out everything else with the car, because we need to be thorough. So in this part I will go through the exterior, the interior. I will show you the insane practicality of this car. I have figured out so much on the road trip that I can't wait to share with you in this part of the video. So we are going to go through the practicality, everything, and also the software, which is kind of amazing, to be honest. It kind of shocked me how good the software is in this car. It has a frunk, it has so many hidden compartments that I will show you as we walk through the car. And as always, we start in the rear of the car, because that's where you keep your luggage, usually. So first of all, the rear design is super cool. We have an exact mirror of the frontal design in the rear here. And again, this is the standard trim, not the comfort trim. So this is the cheapest Firefly that we have in Europe. This is the rear design, and it mirrors the front design. You can see these headlights, and some people like them, some people don't like them. Apparently, I love them. I think they are absolutely amazing. They are so great, they look so cool and so unique, and you can definitely see that this is a Firefly. It's not just another random car. So it's great to see. If we had a comfort trim, the rear logo here would light up. It doesn't do that here because of course we have the standard trim, the base Firefly. So here we have a 45-degree angled like stripes, and you will see this go through in the entire design of the car, which is interesting. A good thing about doing a road trip before I go through the entire car is that I now know of all the features. Like, of course, we have a backup camera, we actually have side cameras as well, we have a rear wiper with a sprayer, so you have a windshield washer in the rear. And here is the button to release the trunk, and it's manual on this trim, and that's completely fine. I like manual hatches actually. And as we open the hatch, and we get a little bit of light in here. You can see my trash here, but you can also see my camera equipment, and you see that we have a surprising amount of space. And it feels very spacious inside here for a small car. It feels similar to the ID3 from what I remember, but take that with a grain of salt, as it's a long time since I've driven the ID3 now. Here we have a 12 volt outlet, 180 watts. We have a hook for your groceries, and these are something I thought was stupid in the beginning. Then I used it all the time in cars that have it, so I think it's a useful feature. And you have this area here. You have some, I think this is the subwoofer. This is the part where you open for emergency releasing the connector, the CCS2 connector here, if it's stuck. So that's a great place to know that you have an emergency release there. And under here you don't have anything other than sound isolation, the tow hook, and this emergency triangle. So in general, a good amount of space, but still like this kind of Yaris hatchback style of luggage compartment, because you have this lip here. So if you, for example, have a dog crate, the dog crate door will crash into this. It's not low enough. It should have been to the floor here, in my opinion. But the size of the space here is so surprisingly great, considering the space in the rest of the car. When you open the hatch, you also have lights here and here, because all the lights disappear once you open the rear hatch. So that's how it looks. They don't use these ones like Tesla uses. These are just reflectors, I think. Yeah, they are not lights. So that makes sense that they have the lights there once you open the hatch. You have this partial shelf, which you can easily remove. Most people remove this actually, but you are actually supposed to have it there. And yeah, that's the trunk of the Firefly. I would summarize it with an okay amount of space, very classic style of trunk for a hatchback type of car. I have multiple issues actually unlocking the cable when charging with this car, and I noticed that on the road trip. And I think the issue stems from a combination of issues. I think that the car is not able to communicate that the charging is completely stopped all the time, or at least there is a significant delay. The fix for unlocking the charging cable, in my opinion, is to always stop the charging from the car, then move over here and press this button in and hold it in, and then release the cable. 100 kilowatt max charging. We never reached 100 kilowatt. I think the maximum was 89 kilowatts. You need to be very low in the pack and very optimized for 100 kilowatt charging. Regardless of this, they promised 29 minutes from 10 to 80. We got 29 minutes from 10 to 80. So everything is as promised, which I like. That's great. Now, let's move inside the car, and let's move to the rear seats, because the rear seats is something that is also often compromised in cars like this, where you have this type of car size. And the door opens in this kind of degree. It's not the best opening. And most other cars in this segment doesn't have a 90-degree door either, so no complaints there. First, I will sit behind the passenger seat now. And the passenger seat is actually significantly forward, but still comfortable for me at 176. And here we have a ton of space, more space than the other cars. And you also have okay headroom, not the best, but okay. And you can get the panoramic sunroof, and you will probably get a tiny bit more headroom. And I have a ton of space for my legs. You also have a middle seat in this car, which you can use. This is like a half seat, so this is a 5-seater. That's important to note. You have some lights, you have a hook, everything, and this is how it looks inside the car with a light interior, which goes through the entire car. I will move forward to talk about the materials of the car, because the materials in the rear of the car are similar to the ones in the front. The rear compartment looks in the Firefly, and you have ISOFIX for child seating, and these ones for like keeping stuff in. Over here to the front door, I just kept it open. Same door handles, and you have these mirrors, and I want to mention it now before I forget. The blind spot warning indicator is formed exactly like the front and rear headlights, which I think is so cool. So now I will show you some really cool design elements. First of all, this is the front door card. You have fake leather, hard plastics, more premium plastics, and this textile material here, which is similar to, for example, a Volvo EX30, a kind of wool material. And you have the buttons here, and these are also plastic, of course, but they feel pretty great. And ambient lights down here, which lights up everything here. Something very cool is that you can see this kind of lavender color here. This matches the paint of the car. Manual seats, you get electronic seats on the top trim. The top trim is like 1,700 euros more, and you get so much equipment, so I think most people will go for the top trim, not the trim you see here. And that means electronic adjustable seats, it means ventilation, it means massaging front seats, and it's just for 1,700 euros. You also get the panoramic sunroof, and again you get the micro suede instead of the textile material inside, and you have two interior color options. You can have the dark or the light interior. I'm so happy that I got the light interior because I think it looks better. And here you can see my seating position in the front. Actually, I would sit a little bit more forward. There we go, I think. Let's move to the rear seat just to get a realistic... Yeah, this is more like it. This is my seating position, I would say. And this is how I would sit. And this is how much headroom I have at 176 centimeters or 5.9, 5'9". Here we have a cup holder. And this cup holder also matches the exterior color of the paint. And that always happens when you spec a Firefly. And some people will say, okay, I don't like that. I want like a basic interior that doesn't match the exterior of the car. I think it's kind of fun that they force you to have accents from the paint outside, inside the car. But leave a comment down below. What do you think about that? Here we have something that's not a wireless phone charger. At least I couldn't find a setting for anything. And it doesn't have the symbol that's usually here. But you can see the stripes there. And you can see the stripes here. And you can see the stripes on the door. All 45-degree stripes that matches the rear and the front of the car. So that's a very important design element for Firefly here. And you might notice something with the front seat here. It's a tab. What? Storage. So much storage in this car, and this is only the beginning. Now I need to go through all the storage, and I actually missed some of the storage in this car. So let's move to the rear seat and take a look at the storage in the rear seat. Because this car is so much more practical than its competitors, and that's something I think you would actually would and should consider a Firefly for. Look at the storage here. So you have more storage. You can see a first aid kit, and you can see some tire repair kit and stuff in here. Just to give you an idea of the amount of space, you can probably have a charging cable here if you want to, but in general, just a great amount of storage. And then let's do another hack. So I took down the seats and I took down this, and this acts like a barrier here, so you can actually have longer items inside here. So if you have some items that are long, you can have them here, and they will be protected from hitting the seat here. And you can even move the seat even more forward, and you can also unhook the seat belt here so it's not in the way. So you can kind of build your own kind of practical type of car. This compartment under here, in combination with the compartment in the front and another compartment that I will show you very, very soon, stay tuned, makes this car so much more practical than its competitors, because it has all these hidden spaces. It doesn't really compromise on any of the other spaces. We still have large door pockets, we still have a good amount of storage in the rear, and we still have so much space for our legs in the rear room. And that's maybe one of the things that I was most impressed by with this car. You have these tactile buttons. Driver assistant, media controls, very simple, very clicky, very nice feeling, and you can hold it down to mute, and the software just responds very fast. For our windshield washer, you have buttons for windshield washing in the front and the rear, and everything else works as you would expect here. Gear lever, and you need to press the brake pedal, then go into drive, and you need to actually press the brake pedal to go between gears. I wish you could go directly from drive to reverse, but the car has one pedal driving, so kind of that makes a little bit up for it. You have a phone key, or you have this type of, I will show you the app later, but you have this card that you can use that you place here, I think. Yep. And you also use it to lock and unlock the car if you don't use the phone key. I would use the phone key because it actually works, which is nice. Here you can see some kind of driver monitoring things, I think. Not entirely sure, but look at this. You are blocking the screen when you're turning around. So when you are here, and if you accidentally park like this and you get the message on screen, you can't read it, which is interesting. Something I actually noticed once I road tripped this car, and I thought, okay, but I only need the messages when the wheel is straight. But that's not entirely true, actually. I wish maybe the screen was a little bit further back so that I could read everything on the screen. Software is extremely important and something that I always take a look at with cars, and this software has impressed me. I'm starting to learn the software now, and it was really easy to learn in general because it's so easy, and you have shortcuts, you have customizability, you have everything you need in this kind of software. And I mean everything, because we have something exciting that I will show you very soon. But here you can adjust the temperature inside. So if we want 19 degrees, that's fine. And you can, of course, go into the menus and do this as you can in any other like software defined car. But here you have shortcuts, which I wanted to show early on because I think it's so great that they have implemented these shortcuts. Here you have for fan speed, and you also have for media volume here on the side. So you can use 2 fingers to quickly just do this while driving without taking your attention off the road. It's very simple. You just do this, and it sets temperature really fast. Now, this is the home menu, so you have the media controls. This one will show you the album art of what you are listening to. And here you have customizability. You can choose what you want here between like an analog clock. You can have the map here if you want. You can have whatever is playing on the media player, or this one that I like to have here. It will show you the last 10 kilometers or 50 kilometers. You can choose yourself. Efficiency 131 watt-hour per kilometer. And yes, this car is very efficient, which is nice. You have comfort driving mode, you have eco driving mode, and you have sport driving mode, which is great. You can choose that quickly on the screen here, and you can see how fast things are. It feels very smooth, the software in general, and it has these smooth animations that are natural and feels human-like, which is great, because some screens are insanely fast, but they don't have human-like animations, and then you just click everything too fast and you actually get lost in the settings. You need kind of like these type of small animations, in my opinion, but everything needs to respond fast. So that's the home menu. That's the entire home menu. So if we swipe down here, you can have custom buttons here, so you can turn off the overspeed alert, the drowsiness warning, and everything else that you wish. You can add this here. You can add driver seat heating and everything, auto high beam, one pedal mode. If that's something that you adjust often, you can add it here to the quick menu. You have a quick side mirror adjustment button here. You adjust them from the steering wheel exactly like or not exactly like a Tesla, but very similar. And you have unlock everything. You have notifications here that shows, yeah, I did some charging, and yeah, so that's the quick menu. You also have Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, 4G, everything, location services, everything up there. And I think the software looks amazing as well. I love the design of the software. It's great, and I will show you more about that as well. Here is the climate menu, super simple. Here you can adjust the vents, here you can adjust the fan speed and also the temperature, and that's Also accessible with the quick controls that I showed you. I don't think I need to go into a deep dive of the climate menu. It works and it keeps the car cool and it keeps the car warm. Here is the navigation, the most important thing. So if we go to North Cape, we have an issue here. 24 hours of driving to get to North Cape in Norway. That makes sense, but it says unable to reach destination. Please schedule for a quick charging. The translation here, even to English, is kind of bad. But if you think the English translation is bad, the Norwegian one is even worse. So it says charge there, it says the 2 times. It means the second time, the second charge, the third charge, the fourth charge. And now it actually shows me the charging stations all the way up there, which is nice. But I think they need to add more information to the charging stops. It's difficult to find the information that you're looking for. But now, yeah, we lost. Okay, so once you press continue navigation, you can have a maximum of 8 charging stops. That's my issue that I'm trying to explain here. Because it will say, oh, you can get there, but you will run out of charge exactly here. Which is cool that it says where you will run out of charge, but you need to recalculate the charging stops. In this area, I would say every 10 hours of driving, so I guess it's probably fine for most people. But most other cars can do route planning all the way to the destination, so I think Firefly should aim for that in a future software update as well. This is a child occupancy thing that you need to turn off every time, because the car will sound an alarm because it thinks it sees a child inside the car, which is kind of scary to be honest, but it does. And I've been told by Firefly that in a software update that comes in September this will be fixed, but I'm reviewing the car exactly as it is now. Media player, you have a radio, Spotify, Tidal, Bluetooth. Tidal and Bluetooth, Tidal and Spotify, you need to actually use a hotspot from your phone. You're not allowed to use the 4G included with the car to use this. I think that sucks. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto is coming in a future software update in September. Apparently, according to Firefly, that solves the issue for some, but not for me. I don't like Apple CarPlay. I want everything separate from my phone, but it's great to see that Apple CarPlay and Android Auto is coming apparently. Let's go through the settings. I've had the car for 2 days. The press car has 5,000 kilometers on it. You have a voice assistant. You can see your state of charge and efficiency and everything. That's fine. Controls. You have basic settings. You have doors and window settings. I won't go into deep dive of that because it's very boring. Driving mode. This is important. So I thought you kind of were locked in to like standard mode once you had one pedal driving. But if you turn off one pedal driving, you can get into high regen and then turn on one pedal driving. It just doesn't let you adjust this while one pedal driving is activated. So yes, you can have high regen, one pedal driving, comfort stop, auto hold. Auto hold is forced on with one pedal driving, of course. And you even have electronic stability control off here. And hydraulic brake assist, that's basically letting the brakes help when regen is limited. That's actually great to have on. You can also activate neutral. So these are my preferred driving settings for this car. Also, I use sport mode a lot, but so you can also adjust everything here. But I like one pedal driving and a one pedal driving tuning. After the road trip, after testing this thoroughly, it's great. It's a good one pedal driving tuning. It's not perfect, but it's the best among all its competitors. I think the Firefly has the best one pedal driving tuning. You have all the light settings. You have ambient lights. I did show that on the road trip, so I don't think I need to go into details on that. You have dark mode for the display if you want to. I use light mode here to show you this easier. But the dark mode looks amazing actually, because the colors just make sense for a dark type of display. This is the best sound system in a cheap or affordable electric car. It sounds great actually. It's not like a Tesla, which I think is the gold standard for affordable sound systems that sound great, but it's good. I like it, and I would be satisfied at the price point of this car. Very satisfied. It's actually surprisingly great. It's better than the Harman Kardon in the Renault 5, in my opinion. And this is the base one. General, here you can see everything about the car. You can see app management, everything. And I have to say that this car was so easy to set up in the app. It felt like a real modern, nice software experience. And in general, very little issues with the software in this car. The car weighs 1,542 kilograms, which is pretty good for an electric car. And it has a 42 kilowatt hour gross capacity LFP battery. So we have a LFP battery in a small cheap electric car. That's what I like to see. I like the robustness of these batteries, and when I have this kind of more affordable electric car, I want them to install LFP batteries, because then they can use the money elsewhere, like the beautiful interior that we have here. And I don't mind the LFP battery. I like them, and many people like them. So I like that they put a LFP battery in this car. And I already talked about the charging performance and everything, but it's great to see. Rear permanent magnet motor, 140 horsepower, which feels snappy. This car feels fast enough. It feels a little bit better up high speed, in high speed than many other cars. You can drive proper highway speeds with this car. It is properly stable on the road. On the Autobahn, I don't know, maybe a little bit unstable, if I would guess. But for like Norwegian type of driving and Norwegian highways, completely fine on the highway. A little bit of wind noise, but the dampening and the suspension is great. Doesn't really, and the seats are great. No back issues, nothing. They just feel absolutely amazing, the seats. And these are the cheap ones, so that's nice to see. Now, I think it's time to move forward in the front of the frunk, because does this car have a frunk? Oh yes, and let me tell you, it has a frunk. So it's kind of old school, where you pull this lever twice, but then the old schoolness stops, because we have a proper frunk and we have no latch where you need to reach under, and easy, super easy. And look at the space here. This is a 92 liter frunk. It's enormous, and we don't have a motor in the front. We have a rear wheel drive system. When you have power on one axle, I think the rear is a place to put it. The frunk is absolutely amazing to see, and great to see that there is no latch. So there is, of course I wish it was a little bit more easy to open, but I think it's fine. I think most people know how that kind of release works, and we don't have the stupid latch here. You just simply open and you simply close it, and you have an enormous frunk. So that just adds to the practicality of this car. So let's summarize the practicality of this car then. We have a huge frunk, tons of space in the front. We have good legroom for the size of the car. We have a good trunk for the size of the car. And in addition, we have these kinds of hidden compartments, like here and like there. So this is the absolutely most practical car in its class. It's insanely practical, and I love it. That's what you get for properly engineering an electric car that's rear-wheel drive. So that's just amazing. I love it. If you are in market for these small battery electric cars, and you are in the market for the more affordable versions with around 40 kilowatt hours available, even with the pricing that we see down in Europe, which is a little bit more than in Norway, of course, due to VAT and stuff, this is probably the one to go for. This is the one I like the most. It has so much space everywhere, and it charges okay. It has 330 kilometers VLTP, which is good from a around 40 kilowatt hours battery. It has the best software. There is no competitional software. It has dog mode. This car is the only one of the small electric cars that have dog mode. Why can't every car have dog mode? It is absolutely insane to me, and I think people will actually choose this one over the other options only because of this kind of software implementation of dog mode. what are you going to do with your dog if you don't have dog mode? And the enormous frunk, everything about the Practicality software is great. The ride comfort is great. A little bit of road noise, which is something that I can complain about with this car, because the Renault 5 is better at this kind of wind noise, road noise thing, if I remember correctly. Like the suspension, everything feels great because it's tuned for the European market. It doesn't have the Chinese suspension, this car, and that's great because we all prefer different things, and the cars are engineered for their market. So that's just great to see. Then we move over to the design. And here it actually has competition because the Renault 5 looks amazing. So I want to hear from you. What's your preference? Do you like the design of the Firefly, or do you like the design of the Renault 5? The other cars in this segment look kind of boring and different. I think the main competitor for design is the Renault 5, which I think looks amazing. But this one looks so unique with everything that I've done with the lines, the interior, everything else. Interior quality is great. It's better than the European cars, and that's to be expected from the Chinese cars. And yeah, the Firefly is amazing. It does everything well for like a city car, and then you can bring it on a road trip as well, like I did in this video. Thank you so much for watching this auto spec video on the Firefly, and I hope everyone that wants one gets one, because this is a super cool offering from NIO. Probably their best offering, to be honest.